They say the quickest way to the top is to find a giant and stand on his shoulders. My giant was Marcus Thorne, CEO of Thorne Global, a man who spoke in aphorisms and breathed ego. For 3 years, I wasn't just his protege, I was his ghost. I wrote the speeches that won him Innovator of the Year. I structured the deals that saved his failing tech wing. He told me, "Nyra, your ambition is a rare flame. Stick with me, and I'll give the keys to the kingdom." But when the billion-dollar merger with Eris Tech finally closed, the deal I built, the keys didn't go to me. Marcus called me into his office. He didn't look up from his scotch. "You've been a great help, Nyra, but the board wants a seasoned face for the new division. I've arranged a generous severance. Take a year off. Go to the Maldives." He didn't just fire me. He tried to buy my silence with a vacation. He thought I was a ladder. He forgot that once you're at the top, the ladder is the only thing that can be pulled out from under you. Marcus had one weakness. He loved being the smartest man in the room, which meant he never checked the math of people he considered beneath him. During the Eris Tech merger, I didn't just file the paperwork. I built a backdoor into the blood ledger, our internal nickname for the high-risk offshore accounts Thorne Global used to expedite international permits. It wasn't illegal, but it was fragile. I didn't go to the press. The press is messy. I went to his rival, Elias Vance. I didn't ask Vance for a job. I gave him a gift, a security flaw in Thorne's new acquisition. I told him, in 6 months, Marcus will try to buy your logistics wing. When he does, he'll use the Eris Tech capital. Here is the exact date that capital will be most vulnerable. I spent the next few months watching Marcus on LinkedIn, posting about leadership, posting about loyalty, while I sat in the dark, moving decimals. The day arrived, the quarterly board meeting. Marcus was at the head of the table, ready to announce the takeover of Vance Logistics. It was supposed to be his crowning achievement. I walked in, not as an employee, but as a consultant for the minority shareholders. Marcus chuckled. "Nyra, I thought you were in the Maldives." "The weather didn't suit me, Marcus," I said, sliding a tablet across the table. "Neither does this merger, because if the board looks at Section 4, page 82 of the Eris Tech audit, they'll see that $600 million of the acquisition capital is currently tied up in a freezing order from the Monetary Authority." The room went silent. Marcus laughed, but his eyes were darting. "That's impossible. Our legal team vetted—" "I vetted it, Marcus," I interrupted, "and I found a discrepancy you overlooked because you were too busy practicing your victory speech. The funds were moved through a subsidiary that doesn't exist, which means, as of 10 minutes ago, Thorne Global is technically insolvent." If you're loving this story, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell so you never miss another one. I watched him crumble. It wasn't loud. It was a slow, physical deflation. The board members, men he'd groomed for years, turned on him like wolves. They didn't care about his leadership anymore. They cared about their dividends. Marcus followed me to the elevators. He was shaking. "Why? I made you. I taught you everything you know." I pressed the down button and looked him in the eye. "You did, Marcus. You taught me that in this world, there are people who build and people who take. You spent years using me to build your world. You just forgot to check if I'd left myself a way back in." As the doors closed, I left him with the one thing he feared most: being a nobody. I didn't need his kingdom. I just needed him to know that the ladder he used to climb was never his to begin with. My name is Nyra Voss, and I'm just getting started. Thanks for being part of my story. If you've ever been the underdog, drop it in the comments. I read every single one.